Hey everyone, and welcome to our Ask Kinsey series. I hope you are finding these presentations helpful and able to integrate the recommendations I provide into your own day-to-day lives. I'm Kinsey, Immuno Lab's holistic health coach. Two similar questions regarding dermatitis came up, which I want to answer together. The first question comes from Wendy, who asks, how closely does food play a role with skin disorders like eczema and psoriasis? What are the common trigger foods? The other question comes from Bill, who says, I have eczema with a chronic rash and itching. Any suggestions? First and foremost, I feel it is important to note that all the topical remedies in the world won't help this condition until you address the underlying problem, specifically diet and lifestyle factors. Just as you can't out-supplement a bad diet in other areas, topical remedies don't address the underlying problem that is causing the eczema to begin with. Wendy, studies show that food allergens are the main cause of eczema. The most common food culprits are cow's milk, eggs, gluten, soy, peanuts, fish, beef, corn, citrus, and even tomatoes. I also recommend finding out your unique food sensitivities with the variety of testing options we have to offer to know if there's anything else you should avoid. Most of our clients are surprised when they find out something as innocent as lettuce or nutritious as an avocado is triggering their symptoms. Stress and genetics do play a role in atopic dermatitis, and studies show antibiotics and toxic ingredients like heavy metals used to make vaccinations are also a cause. Bill, eczema and other skin issues are complex conditions with a variety of causes, so I am unable to give you specific advice without knowing your detailed health history, but there does seem to be some common supplements that help everyone, which I hope can help you too. First, foods rich in omega-3 essential fats are critical for wound healing and reducing inflammation. A probiotic supplement provides friendly bacteria that help with the gut health and immunity. Applying a mixture of lavender essential oil and coconut oil is a very effective natural treatment for reducing eczema. Vitamin E promotes wound healing and helps the body better utilize fatty acids. And finally, vitamin D3, which has antimicrobial properties and boosts immunity. Another healing diet protocol you may look into is the GAPS diet. The GAPS diet was derived from the specific carbohydrate diet to naturally treat chronic inflammatory conditions in the digestive tract as a result of a damaged gut lining. The GAPS diet focuses on removing foods that are difficult to digest and damaging to gut flora and replacing them with nutrient-dense foods to give the intestinal lining a chance to heal and seal. If you or a family member struggle with skin problems, allergies, or behavioral struggles, I definitely recommend checking out the Gut and Psychology Syndrome book. The next question we have comes from Stanley, who asks, what are your views on the pros and cons of moderate coffee consumption? Say 1 cup a day or 2 cups every other day. More specifically, I understand that caffeine raises my heart rate, and since I have bradycardia, can I drink coffee safely so long as I also drink a lot of water? This is a great question, Stanley. Unfortunately, I am unable to answer your more specific question since I do not know what is causing your bradycardia in the first place. It can be due to damage in the heart's electrical system, an electrolyte imbalance which can be corrected, or a medication you are taking. However, I would love to talk coffee in general with you and the rest of the viewers since we live in a culture that is structured around the consumption of caffeine. We have coffee breaks at work, coffee shops on every corner, and even drive-through windows where we can get our Java fix if we're in too much of a rush to get out of our cars. It doesn't help matters either when we read the constant headlines that coffee is good for you and filled with antioxidants and other helpful nutrients. If you're looking for antioxidants, there are plenty of other ways to find them, like in fruits and vegetables. And I might also mention that some of us are actually genetically programmed to better cope with caffeine than others. While coffee may offer some benefit, it has drawbacks that outweigh the good bits for most of us. Now, a cup of coffee once or twice a week for most people is no big deal. However, if you can't go to the bathroom smoothly without that morning cup, or more so, can't drag yourself through your day without your caffeine boost, then we need to talk. If you suffer from digestive issues, anxiety, depression, insomnia, headaches, blood sugar issues, dropping mood and energy levels, irregular menstrual cycles, or an inability to lose weight around the midsection, it might be time to kick the caffeine habit. There are a few benefits to cutting caffeine that I want you to know about. The first, believe it or not, is better digestion. Coffee can cause our stomach to empty prematurely before our food has the chance to digest properly. That means we're sending undigested stuff down our digestive tract where it ferments and becomes a magnet for bad bacteria. Coffee also has a laxative effect, causing us to eliminate our food before we have the chance to absorb all the nutrients. Drinking coffee throws our blood sugar levels out of whack and messes with our insulin response. Plus, when we drink coffee, we typically dump spoonfuls of sugar into it and sip it alongside a sugary muffin, chocolate bar, or donut. Coffee is a stimulant that aggravates our central nervous system and disturbs our adrenal glands, which produce our stress hormones. Consuming coffee can lead to anxiety, nervousness, crankiness, and insomnia. You might feel an initial rush of get up and go from a cup of coffee, but that level of energy is false and will soon lead you to a terrible crash and burn. Eliminating coffee helps you avoid that mid-afternoon plunge, and you'll experience more clarity, focus, and alertness. Finally, since caffeine is a stimulant, coming down from it often causes a nasty withdrawal headache that makes you crave coffee more than ever. The solution isn't to drink more coffee, it's to drop it for good. If switching to tea won't cut it for you, I understand because it doesn't always do the trick for me either. If you enjoy the rich and robust flavor of coffee, there are a few alternatives you might consider trying. My favorite coffee substitutes are Ticino and Dandy Blend. Both of these are non-acidic and caffeine-free, so you can drink them morning or night without worrying about it disturbing your sleep. Dandy Blend is a mix of dandelion, chicory, and beets, which helps us detoxify and taste exactly like coffee. Ticino consists of dried nuts and seeds, which come in a variety of flavors. My favorite flavors are caramel nut and mint chocolate. I love making a cup and adding coconut milk as a substitute for creamer. I warn you though, you might just like this alternative and give up coffee sooner rather than later. That wraps up today's presentation. Please direct your nutrition-related questions to Kinsey, VD, at immunolabs.com to be answered in our future Q&A series.